Most day traders keep jumping indicators without realizing trading is personality based. Today, I'm going to break down the one TradingView indicator I'm focusing on for 2026 that's completely changed my scalping and futures trading. Let's get into it. All right, guys, I'm going to go over a few indicators today, but I'm going to focus on one indicator that I plan on focusing on for 2026 that is making a huge difference in my trading. So let's get into it. On my favorite indicators, we will start with the RSI. RSI here, and I want to show you guys this mainly because people have their preferences, right? You're going to go online, you're going to find all this information, right? It's the internet. And you're going to find the concepts that are going to fit your personality, your psychological level, your behavior, and you're going to find what works for you. This is how trading works. I'm like, you're probably wondering, why can't one strategy just fit me all? There's hundreds, probably thousands of strategies out there, right? You're going to have to back test them out yourself. TradeZella, like I said, is a great platform. If you guys haven't tried it out, they got some great back testing for you guys there. I do have a link once again down below, but this is my trading journal. It keeps track of everything for me. It shows me my best and worst trading days over the year. It shows my best times to trade, worst times to trade. It has back testing capabilities so you can see your win rate, everything like that, how profitable you were with a specific strategy. And like I said, those strategies are going to be dependent on your own personality. I know, sucks. Anyways, let's get into my favorite indicators here just to start out. And I'm going to show you that top indicator close to the end here, just so you can check it out for yourself and what I look for on that indicator so we can get these huge moves like what we saw today here. Okay. So first of all, RSI. Why is relative strength index important? This is going to show you divergences. It's also going to show you if we're overbought, the screen highlight here, or oversold. Very important. You'll also see these bullish divergences here. We have some bearish divergences. Now, I will say these will print late, like every other indicator out there, so you're going to have to get good at eyeballing these, right? For instance, we had a double top here. This would be considered a bearish divergence that didn't even print. We got a double top, we got a bearish divergence. What do we see? Huge pull downward, okay? So I am always trying to be aware if we're oversold, overbought, or getting these divergences. I go over on a couple of videos on my channel on the RSI and what I look for with liquidity sweeps with the RSI. So for instance, if we're getting a liquidity sweep, like we did up here this morning in a double top, and we're getting a bearish divergence, those are two great confluences we can look for at possibly taking that short trade. So this is a great indicator to really depict which way the market's going. It's also great to, let's say, is this always going to be completely accurate? No. But let's say to avoid bad entries. So really quick, I'm going to show you a quick example as well that will help you avoid bad trades with the RSI. What do I mean by bad trades? Meaning trades that could potentially stop you out. Is that always going to be the case? No. Is it sometimes just going to ignore the bearish and bullish divergences and go right for where you thought it was going to go? Sure. But this is a good indication of a trade that may not be an A+ setup, right? Not something we are looking to enter on, okay? So for instance, this morning on Bitcoin, we had this solid drop down right at 8:30 a.m. So all these kind of bearish candlesticks going on. Now, people are probably thinking, I want to, maybe they enter late, they go short right here. They think it's going to go farther down. They think it's just going to tank because we're right at 9 a.m. Central Time, right? This is 10 a.m. Eastern. They probably think, hey, it's going to go down more and really, which eventually it did, right? But before that happened, what do we see? We see a bullish divergence. Now this scalping, right? I am a scalper here, not a swing trader. So scalping, this would have for sure stopped me out. Now you can avoid being stopped out by recognizing these bullish divergences. So had we taken a short trade here, we're probably likely getting stopped out. If you would have entered late, you're really pushing, if you're leverage trading, you're really pushing into that liquidation area, even if you're trading with 50 to 100x, which I'm usually doing, okay? Because we're scalping, we're playing with leverage, all things to be aware of. So when you see these bullish divergences and you're thinking about going short because we had a huge downpull, a lot of people probably were this morning, and then we got this huge pump up, and then we get this big pump up that could have stopped you out. You can avoid taking a short here until we get a fair value gap with these bullish divergences. All right. Same with these bearish divergences, right? We got a nice pull downward here. You probably, this might have went way far down, more on the fib than expected. 0.382 is not bad. We hit our 1.618, so that's okay. Could have pulled down further. Certainly, this is what I'm talking about when we are looking at possibly avoiding those B plus, C plus setups. If we're thinking short, we get a bullish divergence, it could completely go in the opposite direction, especially if we get like a bullish fair value gap. Same with the bearish divergence, right? If we're thinking long and we get a bearish divergence, you don't know how far this is really going to go down. This is actually a perfect example here. This one didn't print as well, but this is more of a bearish divergence, right? This is going up, right? While this is making a double top or going down, going along with this bearish divergence here. So that's when we got this huge pull downward. So this uptrend has officially ended. You would have for sure, right, been stopped out here if you're playing with leverage, even liquidated. So that's why we're setting our stop losses. But these are all the things I look for on the RSI, okay? Here are my RSI settings. Here is how to calculate those divergences. You can just click the checkbox to make that pop up. Like I said, they will print late, but here are those settings I use as well as the RSI upper band, middle band, lower band here that you can put in, okay? So those settings I do adjust for the RSI, all right? Second favorite probably indicator is fair value gaps. Now people there's a war going on between ICT and SMC concepts and just strategies overall. It's fine, okay? Inner circle trader concepts and smart money concepts, we're focusing on order blocks, support and resistance zones, fair value gaps, market structure, liquidity, things like that. That's what I like to focus on. If you want to focus on simpler strategies, a lot of people like the opening range breakout method. I have that video on my channel, okay? Like I said, you need to find your own trading personality here. I'm not saying any one way is right or wrong, but this is what you want to find out for yourself. Relative strength index, it's right here. It's just on TradingView, technicals. And then you can just adjust your settings. Next is fair value gap by Luxalgo. So these just print, and this is free, right? Free TradingView indicator here. These just print these nice boxes. So you'll see like Bitcoin here this morning, right? This is a trade I did take, right? Did I hold it as long as I liked on the short? No. Once again, a goal I'm working on for 2026. You know, what's great here, we never got a bullish fair value gap all the way through here. And then we did our buy side liquidity sweep up at the top at London SI, and we got our bearish fair value gap box. Once you get those fair value gap boxes, draw your fib, look for entry at the 0.618. If you want to keep it simple, take profit at 1.272. You don't have to get greedy, write it down. Always make sure, especially if you're new to trading, that you're taking profit. So greed and fear are going to be your biggest enemy in trading, okay? So you'll see, bounced around the 1.618 level for quite a while. We even came down all the way to previous day low down here. And I'm going to show you the other areas I look for when I'm looking at those levels. And you'll see how perfectly it hit the 0.618 with the bearish fair value gap. Is it always going to be that perfect? No. Sometimes we'll come up to 0.382, 0.5, 0.618. Those are the typical entry areas I am looking for. And these down here are the typical take profit areas. And you can certainly set multiple take profit areas. Stop loss, going right above your 5-minute fair value gap candle. So we even have a nice little fib line to mark it out with, 0.17, give it some breathing room, right? Here's our fair value gap candle. Had you entered the short position, 0.618, right? I do live trade in the group. I realize I am recapping here, okay? So here you go. My live trading videos are just like an hour and a half long. They're all recorded though for you guys to see if you would like to see them. Anyways, but had you held it down to even the 2.272, that's nice. 3.5 risk reward. So put in $100, you're getting about $340 out of that trade. PDL, nice, almost 5 risk reward ratio. So 4.68. Like I said in a lot of my videos, New York, you can typically, once we find the trend for the day, we can typically go with that trend until sometimes market close even. Market open, market close. Right now, we're probably going to range for a bit here, right? End of the day. But that is what we are looking for when we are trading fair value gaps, PDH, PDL. And here is my new favorite indicator for 2026. All right. It is free. It's called Spaceman BTC Key Level. Okay. Now you're probably saying, what are key levels? This is what I talk about in a lot of my videos, right? There's multiple key levels we look at. The big ones are, right, previous day high, previous day low, which I'm always marking out in the beginning of live trading. However, we have other key levels here. You'll see this morning, look, previous month high. We never touched it. We never blew past it. Had we made a nice big solid green candle through this previous month high, possibly even that Monday high there, I would have been considered taking more longs today. Okay. We never touched previous month high. So what does that indicate to you? That indicates we could probably go down likely further. We never broke this line. We never even touched it. Okay. What did we break instead? Okay. By break, I mean, we clearly broke our daily open. Okay. We broke our daily open with this big red candle here on the 5-minute. This is a great indication to me. If we're breaking something like this, the daily open, any one of these lines, we could head down further. I thought we would stop at the Monday midpoint because the end of the trend was here. We did not do that today. We kept on flying down. So you can certainly wait and see what these 5-minute, 1-minute candles are doing on Bitcoin and trade an altcoin to go along with Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is usually going to lead the pack for the day. Typically, I'd say 80 to 90% of the time, you want to see what Bitcoin's doing. So we broke daily open, all right, with a nice big red candle. This indicates to me we're probably going to go down further. What do we do at the Monday midpoint? We broke, again, a nice clear red candle through there, not a wick, right? If we got a wick through this point, got another wick and resisted this, maybe made a double bottom, I could see us going back up easily to daily open. You could take profits right at daily open, right? You should be looking at these key levels in key areas for take profits or entries and exits. So you'll see here, what do? We hit previous, this was a big one here. We hit our previous day low and our weekly open here, wicked right through it, okay? What do we get here? Previous week high, another big old red 5-minute candle through here, okay? Likely to go down further. Should we pick a random spot on Bitcoin and see? So by the way, my new favorite TradingView indicator for 2026, Spaceman BTC, it is free. So this indicator, when you pop it up in TradingView, Spaceman BTC key level. It's this one right here, guys. Key level, Spaceman BTC IDWM. Spelled a little bit differently, but I love this indicator. It will pop up like this on your TradingView over here, okay? So check it out. Let's do a replay real quick, right? So if we even replay, right, back to yesterday, let's say, just so we can see the lines, right? So same thing, we'll see what happens. So we resisted, right? This key level here, drawn by this indicator. We wicked through it. This is what I'm talking about with wicks, right? This was Sunday even. Okay, we're going all the way back. All right, we're doing freaking 9 p.m. on Sunday. That's fine. We resisted key levels. I'm not usually trading weekends, but here we go. Resisted. See where we go next. So resisting this key level. And bam. Okay, what'd we get? Here's our solid breakthrough, just like we saw with the red candles. These are kind of little, right? We're on Sunday. So we got a giant wick even through this level. We're tapping this level over and over again. And then we break down. Got a nice break through this level. Break all the way down. and resisted, broke down some more, and then we got our candle here breaking past it, okay? See if we come up to that green line there. And there it is, okay? Came all the way up to this white line perfectly, right? Got our resistance. Okay, then all the way back down. But once you saw this move, look, we even whipped back down on this 5-minute candle, down into this white line here, and came all the way back up to this green and white line. So let's do a long position. We'll go back to the short after this. I probably set my stop loss for sure. Just below here. Probably below this wicked candle, right? We want to be really, maybe even this candle. So nice 5x there for a long. Or 5 risk reward, right? We'll exit this replay. And like I said, if we look at today, we didn't come up, we didn't touch previous month high. We broke down through our daily open. This is your signal to take a short with that big red candle. Could you have taken profits there? Could do a super simple strategy. Say we go here, say we go stop loss just above this area. There's your 2 risk reward, okay? If you're looking for something simple. Right? This didn't quite come up to the daily open, right? Nothing's perfect in trading, but that is definitely an area I would probably be looking to enter. I draw my Fibonacci, right? I go over the Fibonacci on my channel, but you could simply take profit at Monday mid. Or, since we broke it, write it down further. So, new favorite TradingView indicator to help you predict where the market is going to move for the day is this. How does it help you predict it? By breaking through these key levels. If we're breaking through with a red candlestick through the daily open, more than likely, we have a good chance of going lower. Breaking through Monday mid, we have a chance of likely going lower. Breaking through previous week high, likely chance of going lower. So watch these key levels, right? With Spaceman BTC, okay? Love this new indicator. It really helps predict the tone of where the market's going to go for the day. If you are looking to get prepared for 2026 and make it a profitable trading year, please check out the Discord. We trade meme coins, we trade perpetual futures. Do my best to live trade every day with you guys, at least in the morning. I love New York opens more than anything else. That's just me. And I do have the recordings available in WA. So if you do miss a live trading session, you can certainly hear what happened for the day. Here is also the overall course if you're looking to master technical analysis for 2026. I go over a lot of key concepts I wish I would have known in the beginning, including Elliott wave theory, changes character, breaks of structure, MACD, fair value gaps, Fibonacci, a lot more in-depth videos than what I can do on YouTube, trading psychology along with trading strategies as well that you can use throughout the day. I realize everyone's in a different time zone here. And also, if you're unable to make the live trading sessions, that's fine. Have them all recorded here. I have to upload today's, but this is basically what we're seeing. I try to put in what we saw for New York's open so you can get a picture of what we saw. And these are all available on the Insider Circle group. So I want to make 2026 a profitable year for you guys. Like I said, this is my new favorite indicator. Watch for these breaks or resistance levels. Like I said, if we were to resist this level, hey, we could come back up to previous month high. That is not what happened. We got a straight red candle through that level, okay? So watch it. Let me know your questions down below. And also, please let me know if there's any TradingView indicators I'm missing out on. I know there's probably millions out there now, so let me know down below, and thanks for watching.